Welcome one and all, and today I am here to talk about a anime which is a standalone anime in the Fate franchise, but it's also a prequel, but you can watch it without having any other knowledge of any of the other Fate shows, and it is Fate Zero. Woo! Now these DVDs cost me far more than I'm willing to admit, but I mean, joys of being a working adult, you can afford these things occasionally to splurge. So yeah, if you don't know what Fate is, basically mages take part in a Holy Grail war. They all have to kill each other off or kill off their servants who they summon, who are basically historical figures who then fight. And then if you kill off, you can either kill off the mage or you can kill off the servant. But if you kill off the servant, the mage could then come back with a new servant if they resummon someone. But if you kill off the mage, you lose the servant and then the mage is out as well. So it's kind of a battle royale between, different mage families in the world that they're in, and it's after the Holy Grail, which is this wishing cup in the world that can grant any wish to the winner of the Holy Grail war. And we have the main characters in this are Kiritsugu Emiya. You might know the name if you've seen Stay Night. He ends up becoming the adoptive father of Shira Emiya and his wife Iliasfeel. Iliasfeel? No. Irisfeel. Sorry, Iliasfeel is their daughter, who's then in Fate Stay Night. So yeah, Irisfeel, who I absolutely adore, and they end up summoning Saber, even though Emiya wanted Assassin, because he's a mercenary. You've then got Kiro Kotomine, who's kind of like the bad of the series. He has Assassin, but then ends up taking out Rin's father, I can never remember his name, who holds Archer. And then he ends up becoming Archer's master, although no one is really Archer's master. You've then got Uryu, who's like a mage, or he's from a mage line, but he's not of a prominent house, who ends up getting Caster, which is, it's a hell of a ride there. You've got Velvet, who ends up summoning Ryder. Who else do we have? We have the Matter family, and the son ends up taking over. Oh, what's his name? Oh, Matter. I'm just going to call him Matter because he's the Matter younger junior. Ends up taking over to protect Sakura, who is Rin's sister. But because apparently in mage families you can only teach the firstborn magic, and the fact that Sakura has magic as well means that she'd just be forgotten about. So he basically, Tosaka's father sells Sakura to the Mato family, who have had a decline in magic power over the centuries. And yeah, so the Uncle Mato, who also had a crush on the wife, who ends up marrying Tosaka instead of him, kind of takes on the role for the Holy Grail War and becomes... whose master does he become? Whose master is he? I'll put it in the thing anyway. He's Berserker's master, that's right. He has Berserker, because he's trying to save he's trying to save Sakura from the hell that she's currently enduring. And yeah, they then all start fighting and trying to kill each other off because, oh yeah, I forgot, you've also got Lancer, who's with Caliph. I forget about Lancer. He's lovely. I love that Lancer. He's one of my favourites. He's very chivalrous. I absolutely adore him. Actually, I really like all the Lancers, to be fair, in the series. But no, anyway, tangent. And yeah, they're all fighting and they're all competing for the Holy Grail. Some team up, some backstab, and there's all the different relationships between them. So Saber gets on really well with Irisfeel, but doesn't get on too well with Kiritsugu because he's a mercenary and he's too underhanded, whereas she's a knight and she's very chivalrous. You've got Velvet and Ryder, who you find out basically Velvet stole an item from Caliph, because Caliph was originally going to summon Ryder, but then Velvet's like, no, I can do it too. Summons him, ends up taking part and realising he's in something over his head, but Ryder's kind of got his back, and that's really cute. I absolutely love them together. You've got, Assassin and Kotomine, who don't really get along, but they not seem to not get along. So you don't know much about them, because as soon as he loses Assassin very early on in the show, but then he ends up becoming Gilgamesh's master, because Gilgamesh kind of pits him against Daddy Tursaka, so that they can take him out, and then he becomes Gilgamesh's master, which is quite an interesting pair. I do like the pair of them together. They're very fun. You've then got Uryu, who's Castor's master, and he just wants chaos. That's all he wants, and Castor loves that fact. But because he was like in love with Jeanne d'Arc, and that plays into it. He thinks Saber is like Jeanne d'Arc, but she isn't, and he's insane, and it's just... I love him because he's just like pure chaos. He's ugly as all hell, but pure chaos. Him and Uryu just cause pure chaos. And then you've also got the Matter storyline going on as well, and him struggling to control Berserker, and while also deteriorating in health himself, because of what his dad did to him. So, there's lots of moving parts. You've also then got the Caliph storyline with him and his fiancée and Lancer playing out, and that's creepy. Yeah, to be fair, really well done, but pretty creepy. And so yeah, bar just like the death battle, you've got side stories, you've got complex relationships forming, and then you start to slowly learn more and more about what the Holy Grail War is and what the Holy Grail itself is, and that's quite interesting. Because you've got Saber, when she learns what it is, being very broken, and then you've got Kiritsugu desperately trying to keep his promise to the Einsburn family, because he wants to go home and have his, pick up his daughter, Iliasfeel, which then also leads into the events of Stay Night, because of everything that happens in Fate Zero. Now, it's animated by Ufotable, and if you don't know who Ufotable is, what? Have you not seen Demon Slayer? They are known for doing some of the best animation in the anime industry. And Fate Zero was, I think, one of their very first series outside of movies. Because I know they do Garden of Sinners, which is Kara no Kyokai or something like that. I just know it's Garden of Sinners, which is beautiful animation. They've done Fate Zero, they've done Demon Slayer. They've done so many other things, and I'm blanking on it. But animation-wise, Ufotable, hands down, amazing. Its anime quality is that of movies, multi-billion-dollar movies, but it's anime quality into an anime. Really well done. Can't recommend it enough. It's fun. I know it's a death game, but I really like the battles. They're gripping. Every episode you get, it doesn't feel like it's been 20 minutes. You're constantly going, oh, and suddenly you're at the end of the series and you're like, damn, why did, half of my life go? It's one where you can get into it and you can enjoy it, and you don't need to know anything in the Fate series franchise, because it's a prequel. You can then go into the Fate Stay Night series afterwards if you want to, because Emiya kind of crosses over, and then his daughter comes into it, and it's basically his daughter is in it, and his son, who he adopted after the aftermath of the end of the Fourth Holy Grail War. And then you've got Tosaka, and you've got Rin and Sakura, who come into Stay Night. They're two routes. So the way that Stay Night works is it's a visual novel, and there's 3 routes you can go down. You as Shira Emiya. You've got the Saber route, where you fall in love with Saber. You've got the Rin route, where you fall in love with Rin. And then you've got the Sakura route, where you fall in love with Sakura. So the first Fate Stay Night series is the Saber route. It's not greatly animated, and it's not greatly told, so to be fair, I usually poo-poo that one. You've got Unlimited Blade Works, which is the Rin route, which is, oh my god, it's to die for. It's the best, of my opinion. But, I haven't fully finished the Heaven's Feel set yet, which is now movies. They decided to make that into 3 movies instead of into a TV series, which is the Sakura route, and I haven't finished those yet, so I should probably go finish those. But for me, at the moment, Fate Stay Night, the best of the 3 arcs for me is the Unlimited Blade Works, because it's the closest to Fate Zero. Now, it's because basically, I think Studio Dean did the first series, and they've got a bit of a patchy record. And then Ufotable did Fate Zero, and then they did Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and then they've also done the Heaven's Feel movies, which is really, really good. I can't recommend enough. I would highly, say if Fate kind of gives you a headache with where to start because there's just so many of them in the universe, definitely Fate Zero, start there, and then maybe try Unlimited Blade Works, and then if there's any others that catch your eye from there, go there. But if not, if you just watch Zero, it's self-encompassed, you don't need to know anything else, and you don't have to watch anything else after that. It's just nice, compact, epic. So I highly recommend. Watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It used to be on Netflix. I will leave links to where it is down below, or I will put them up here in editing to tell you where you can find it. You can get the DVDs on Amazon, which is what I did. They've now come down in price, luckily, from when I bought them. But yeah, other than that, my kittens, tell me down below in the comment section what you thought of Fate Zero if you've seen it. If you haven't seen Fate Zero, but you do go and watch it because of this, let me know as well. And then other than that, I will just give you a daily reminder. Eat something, drink something, don't forget your medication. And I will see you in the next one, my lovelies. Ciao!